on land in this county, which we have been able to maintain that land. And like I told him, my great-grandfather built the first church, Macedonian Baptist Church, and what happened, and lightning hit that church, and it burned down. Then my grandfather built the second church, which is the one that's been added onto, which is the one where we worship today. So it's every Sunday when I go to worship, I look up in the ceilings, I look at the woodwork, and I said, how did he do that without any lifts and the time and the labor and the workmanship that he put into this? So every Sunday when I go to church, I feel some family pride in the place that we worship, and I feel that I need to, and I tell PJ, and I said, you know, if my great-grandfather, who was spent a part of his life being a slave, and I said if he could be a slave a part of his life, come out and buy 60 acres of land, then we're not worth much if we can't buy 600. You know, and that's what I keep pushing. I mean,
this year we'll probably start corn due to the dry weather. I'd say mid to early September, and then we'll be harvesting corn right into. And corn goes into September, October, and we start soybeans October, and we go right into November. So, and then also at the same time in the fall, we are also planting. So we harvest the corn, we minimum till the land, we fertilize, and then we plant our winter wheat crop. And that winter wheat crop goes in the ground in October, November time frame. It goes dormant through December, January, and then in spring it starts to grow again. And by June, it's waist high, and it dries down to a golden brown. Wide, 30 feet wide, going down the field. These are our soybeans that are in these hoppers. The soybean, it has a cell plate in here, which it comes down. The cell catches one soybean at a time, comes down in the ground. This coulter makes the initial cut through the trash, the no-till coulter, and the bean drops out right in between these two coulters right here. And these wheels in the back firm the row back together. So now let's walk out here and we'll show you the results of it. Something that wide at 100 feet. It uses the GPS receiver at the top to map in the field where you have sprayed and where you have not sprayed. So if I'm in a 200-acre field or I'm in a 2-acre field, the GPS system won't allow me to double apply herbicides or fertilizers in that field, which actually saves money. So I'll open this up and unfold it so you get a chance.
Can I see how you do it?
Sure. Come on, you can ride with me when I do it.
I'm coming too.
Stand by it?
Yeah.
This is quite impressive.
come back this way. Come back. It's still gonna come out some more. This whole end's gonna come around. Come on, move a little bit on that. See what I'm saying? All right, then. stages of the plant's life that you have to put it on, because if you put it on too late, it could injure the plant, or it won't be effective. It won't do what it's supposed to do. So it's timing is so critical in this farming business. And when it's time to do something, that's why we have our own equipment. We don't have to wait on a company to go do it. Now, you know, in there, you could set up like one company that would do like if you had several farmers, you could have one company that would maybe own the sprayer, and it would do so many acres. So they would just do all the spraying, and then even they would do the harvesting. Over there, that concept might work. That way each individual farmer wouldn't have to go and have all of this debt. And what you would have to do is figure out the capacity of that machine, and then what you would do is figure, okay, if that machine would handle 2,000 acres, then
And so if this was not GMO, you may have lost the crop.
Right. Because of this drought-tolerant variety, more drought-resistant varieties than others. Now, you know, this area has seen a little bit more rainfall than some of the other areas in the county. But you know, the corn, to check the moisture on it, we bite into it. It feels it's kind of soft. It's still got milk coming out of it. So this corn, when it's ready, all this will turn brown. The ears will be brown, and it'll be ready for harvest. And we shell it off. We have a moisture machine. We check the moisture in it, and the elevator wants to buy it at 15% moisture.
I see.
Because they want to be able to process it and store it and not have moisture damage and mold, etc.
Yeah, because the more moist, more mold.
Right. So it has to reach a certain moisture percentage before they'll accept it.
And you've got a moisture machine that reads it?
Yes. And if we sell it higher than the moisture content, they discount you.
Because you may have wastage.
Right. But say we want to harvest and our moisture is not right. We have a grain dryer on our farm. We can dry the moisture down from 25% down to 15%.
Let me see if I can get an answer. So Master, basically, this is a drought-resistant corn that the Haynie farms led by Phillip Haynie and PJ Haynie can get to Africa. So in the areas where in the north, in the Sahel region,
Right now we need it.
we need that kind of GMO, because without the GMO, then it would have died off. But in the laboratory, they prepared it to be able to resist. And the United States is living through the worst drought in 57 years, and look at this.
Well, it's not 100% drought tolerant. So if you don't get rain, it won't grow.
Yeah.
But the one thing this corn has a variety, and it has resistance to insects. So you don't see worm damage on these varieties like you do on other varieties, because you get a lot of insect pressure. Like I showed you the stink bug when we were on a while ago. So you know, those types of things when you're in an uncontrolled environment, you know, have factors. Okay.
And you would be able to teach farmers in Africa how to grow those crops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, when we go up the road, we're going to stop by the lumber processing plant,
Yes.
and I'm going to show you how that corn struggled because it didn't get the rainfall, and it's only 7-8 miles up the road, less than 10 miles up the road. That corn struggled because it didn't get the rain. So you'll see
The difference.
of good and bad, rain and no rain
Okay.
in the same within 5 miles.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
It's the wrath of Mother Nature. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away.
So this is a drought corn.
This is the corn that has sustained a severe drought.
Is that GMO too as well?
Yes, it's GMO,
But not enough rain.
Not enough rain. Rain makes grain.
That's right. No, as PJ says, even GMO crops need rain. Rain makes rain.
Rain mix.
And so it can help it make it more tolerant to the adverse climatological conditions, but you still have to get rain. So this is much smaller than what we saw up the street.
Yes, yes. These two fields are less than 10 miles away, and it's over 100 bushel per acre yield variance between these two fields.
Per acre in a good season, how many bushels per acre?
We average 160, 180 bushels an acre here, based on our farm. So when you just take, say this corn does 30 bushels an acre, and that down there does 130, and on 130 is on the low end. So just lose that 100 bushel an acre difference. Right now, corn is close to $9 a bushel.
That's a high price.
That's a high price. So that's $900 an acre. So on my corn crop, close to 2,000 acres, that's almost $2 million. You see how the numbers add up?
Make a big difference.
So, you know.
I hope you can get $2 million.
Yeah.
All right, let's thank you so much. What I really touched me most to say, young men, your father here in the village, because back home in Africa, most of our young people, they believe to be a farmer is important. That's the reality, because they don't have facilities for them to feel that attracted in them. So the message I want to speak here, maybe in November, if you can convince the organizer of the meeting for media to come to Africa, and some others, some like 5, 4, 6, so that this message should go. When we are discussing about Grow Africa initiative, CADAP initiative, how to be able to attract young people to be able to remain there. I had a trip here from IFAD, from the Vietnam, but I think they need to hear from you. Because you are on the land, you know what are the challenges, you know what are the opportunities, you know how to attract the young people, because you're a part of it, in fact, you're still among that category. So thank you so much for giving this opportunity, and I hope we'll come back again during the...
Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you having me. Thank you for coming down, okay?
No, you give it to them.
Thank you.
Go over here.
Thank you so much.
Go over here, Ambassador, so
We
we
have-
take a picture.
The only thing I don't really, I want to bring my cup, but
The pictures are for you as well. So today, July 27th, 2012 is very important because we were able to take the African Union's ambassador, Ambassador Ali, and her Chief of Staff, Ms. Brace, and the Assistant, Mr. Collins Rosinguiza of Uganda, to the Haynie Farm, where we met Phillip Haynie and his son, PJ Haynie, to do a tour of what really is a high-tech farm. We learned about the importance of, GMO crops that can at least be more tolerant of tough conditions and be able to combat weed infestation and be able to increase food security. So the hope we have is, whichever way we go, is to be able to teach African farmers and farmers in the diaspora best practices to maximize food production. That was the purpose of our trip, and our mission was accomplished. So we look forward to pressing on and pressing forth to the program, and we certainly hope that Ambassador Ali's office and the African Union can benefit from our work, and that our law firm can continue to be that intermediary, that sort of connective tissue to link centers of production with the places where the products produced are needed most. Thank you again, Mr. Williams.